All right, guys, welcome to Coach's Corner, the best part of this stream and why we do it. Today we're going to be covering really recruitment, and this one is really dedicated to you guys as officers, as leaders, as recruitment people. It sucks. Your lives are terrible. I totally empathize with you guys. Life sucks. Recruitment is a shitty job. I don't know, in my opinion anyway. I think it sucks. It's a ton of work. It's one of the most time-consuming jobs of anything. Um, it's so time-consuming. For those of you that got to take a look at our blog here, our tales from the front. Here it is. There's our little blog here. For those of you that read it, don't read it. Hopefully everybody reads it a little bit. This is our next blog, where I covered recruitment, and that's what our Coach's Corner will be based out of today. So, guys, recruitment, I don't know, I've been recruiting non-stop for the past 9.5, 10 years or so, and, guys, let's face it, recruitment sucks. Recruitment is a bitch and a half. It sucks. I've known very few officers or recruitment people that loved recruitment, that was their passion, and they were damn good at it. They were damn good. There was one that I met from a different guild. Loganis was one of our recruitment officers during Burning Crusade. He was a great recruitment officer as well. It's not to say our previous officers have not been great, but they had a certain passion for it. They loved it. They ate, breathed recruitment. Yeah, it was awesome. Maybe I can learn how to come back into the game for the expansion. For sure, Gyaradox. Absolutely. That's what the stream is all about here. We're here to help you guys become a better player, get you back into the game, show you the passion that we have for playing with friends and raiding and that kind of stuff. And we want you to join our community. So Gyaradox, welcome here. So with recruitment, guys, and I guess I should probably find something to do while I do this stuff. What can I do here? Okay. Not sure what to do here to pass the time. But either we'll talk about recruitment. There's two kinds of recruitment. Maybe I'll just fly around for a little bit until I decide to do something. So there's two kinds of really recruitment. Recruitment's sort of split up into, more passive recruitment, or recruitment that, you invest a lot of time up front and then you just let it go in the back there. You let people come to you. And then there is the more active recruitment phase where you are going to people. You are actively hunting them and you are searching for them and just, you're a headhunter, right? You're a headhunter to look for people for your guild. Pro headhunters or guild recruiters, pretty much Cafe Olay. You're absolutely right there. They're friggin'... Pro headhunters are guild recruiters, exactly. They know exactly what to do, and they get a commission. As a recruitment officer, you get nothing besides, the satisfaction of having a good another player on your... in your guild, right, on your team. So with passive recruitment, it's pretty effective. Think of it as putting, a lot of time and effort up front, but it's going to help you in the long run. It's going to save you a lot of potential time because a good percentage of your applicants will come from passive recruitment. And a great example of this, and I mentioned this on my blog here, is having a guild template or a guild post on the recruitment forums. And there's a couple main places you want to put a guild template. And I'll link you my guys mine here in a second. Where did I put mine? Right here. There it is. So here is, once it loads in a second. Let me, establishing connection. Battle.net is really slow apparently, as I see people getting these seats still. Give it a sec to load up. I don't have any real life friends that play Warcraft, so I don't have a lot of chances to join nice communities, like myself most of the time. But Cody, you're part of our community. You're part of this community. I'd consider, if we hung out, I consider you a real life friend too, right? Like all of you guys here on stream. It's not just, Sparty and his fan club. No, it's you guys are colleagues and friends and, little Padawans. But no, you're all part of the community here, whether you believe it or not. You're all contributing something. Every single person in this stream that is watching right now, you are contributing something, whether you know it or not. Completely, I swear to God, you are contributing. So, back to templates here. So this is our template here for our most recent recruitment thread. This sort of shows you, I guess I'll zoom in for you guys a little bit more here. There. This shows you what we're recruiting. There's Post by Sparty here. Death Gestures of Stormrage, where, what server we're on. We're looking for excellent players to progress through Worlds of Draenor. So now we've started pushing into our Worlds of Draenor recruitment push. This tells you our current progression. So a lot of different templates follow somewhat of this format. Some, put this progression ahead, some a little bit later on, but they're all very similar to this. So this shows you our current progression: Siege of Orgrimmar, Throne of Thunder, Mogr Vault. So we were all around 59th, 62nd, all around there, the entire expansion, which is not bad. Like, it's, it's pretty respectable. It's not, the best we've ever done, but it's actually, it's nowhere near the worst, right? It's pretty decent progression for the amount of effort that we put in. Your post should have something like, the days you raid. So this template here is for prospective applicants. You're on the Guild Recruitment Forums, right here. And your Guild Recruitment Forums... One sec here. One sec, let me fix some stuff. There. Oh, I'm flying away. So your guild recruitment forums, these are the guild recruitment forums right here. Again, all the guilds are posting here. Here's a weekend group looking for people. There is people looking for guilds as well. And here is ours again. So again, we're looking for different players. Here are our raid days, because when somebody comes to looks upon your thread, they don't want to see, they don't want to not see what days you're raiding, because they read all these great things about you, this is great progression, but what days do they raid? They can't even bother to be, to put a post or, what days they raid on here. So, really silly. And here I made a little blurb as well that we will likely be moving to 3 days a week for Worlds of Draenor. What are we currently recruiting? Well, because, it's the official forums here, you can't just say, well, I could make a different thread for every single class I'm recruiting, but that would be a lot of potential threads to bump. We're looking for a Windwalker Monk, a Mage, a Druid of any spec, a Warlock, and a Warrior. Okay? I guess I should probably change this to DPS Warrior, and not just any Warrior. So this shows you the classes we are currently recruiting. We look at exceptional applicants of any class if you want a home for the rest of your Warcraft career, and that's what we're trying to sell here. This is not just a raiding guild, but this is a home for the rest of your Warcraft, life. Whether you're, if you can compete at a hardcore level, then we encourage you to apply, and then we, give them our website here. But yeah, it's not just a raiding guild, it's community, it's friends, we do stuff outside of raiding, and you're not just, you log on for the raid, then you log off. I'm not a fan of that. People, sometimes they say, that's all the time I have, which is fine, but that's not what we're doing here. Casualization of Tetris. Shuttle. Yeah. Okay. So, a little bit more about us. We're formed January 27, 2005. Why is this important? You want to look for stability, longevity in a guild. That's one thing that's appealing to prospective applicants, because a lot of them are applying to your guild because my last guild fell apart, my guild leader ran off with a maid, or, whatever happened. People got burnt out and they got bored. We've been around for a long friggin' time, like a long-ass time, and this is one of the things we're trying to sell. We're... Shuttle, thanks for subbing, Shuttle. We are one of the oldest raiding guilds in Warcraft, period. There's very few guilds that have been raiding as long as we have. We always pride ourselves on being a small, closely bonded 25-man guild. Well, we've been a 40-man guild, which was like full 55 players, and then a 25-man guild now, we're a 20-man guild. We have a long history of raiding or numerous achievements, server first, top rankings, etc., etc. We want to sell them as to what we offer them, what we want from players, what we demand from players, and then, contact information, which officers to contact. There's a recruitment thread. But basically, we would keep this thread bumped. So, how to keep something bumped? Basically, type here, there, a period, and there. My thread will now be at the top of the page, right here, in a few minutes, once I refresh a couple times. So that is your recruitment template. If you're not sure how to make a recruitment template, look at what other guilds are doing. Here's Alone, another pretty decent guild. They're on Airy Peak. Some of their viewers watch us stream too, like Priz. This is their stuff, This is their raid times, their recruiting for Worlds of Draenor, their class needs as of, this date. Great. Their progression, they're, again, like a top 30 raid guild. Again, more information on them. There's their website. See what other guilds are doing. Use their templates. Use, abuse, cut, paste. Totally fine. That's what you got to do. Do it, guys. Okay, so that is one recruitment template right there. Um, you really sell yourself. People are going through, like, potential apps are going through all these threads. A lot of them are these giant walls of text, and some of them are really boring to read. So really sell yourself creatively, whatever you want to do. I'm not a super creative person. I rely on people being creative for me. I just, I know how I need things done. So you have your recruitment thread here, but you also, and this is on the official Guild recruitment forums. You also have the Stormrage forums or your Realm forums. Here's one of our older ones. What most Realm forums are these days, they're people selling carries, or people looking for guild. It's really looking for guild stuff. Back in my day, it was all drama posts. So and so was a ninja looter. This guy sucks. This guild, denied me. Death Jesters is so horrible. Sparty's an evil Nazi dictator. All like drama llama. These days it's just, recruitment. That's it. Which is fine. I mean, that's what you got to use your post here. Yeah. There you go. That's essentially it. That is make a thread there and make a thread here, and you bump them both periodically. How often do you bump them? Like once a day tops for your Realm forum, and maybe once every hour for your other one, because the recruitment forums do fly pretty damn quick. They'll just, a lot of people are bumping their threads, and people might say, well, Sparty, bumping your threads is against TOS and stuff, right? Well, yeah, Blizzard says please do not bump threads. Zarm is right. Please don't bump threads. What do you guys think all these guys are doing? I mean, a guild named Big Crits. What do you think is going on here? Well, let's find out here. Yeah, I mean, some of them have little conversations with themselves. Yeah, things like little bumps. Want to buy Amazing Tank, whatever. It's all essentially bumping. I've had my forum account suspended for, I think, 24 hours because I was bumping too often. So be careful with how often you bump, but everyone is essentially doing it, whether, you see it or not. So, these days, Sparty is a fascist dictator, not a Nazi. So, that's, your two main sections on the official Warcraft forums. Now, for other recruitment here, you want to also look at your WoW Progress page. WoW Progress, fantastic tool. It is one of the best tools out there for potential guilds, recruitment people, whatever. And I'll link you here. This is our recruitment page. Again, shows us our rank, back and forth, 25-man guild, whatever. Here it's great though, because you can directly specify what your need for classes is. So this shows you Druid, Balance, Feral, maybe Resto. I need to update it again. Mages, Warlocks, Warriors. This is what we're recruiting. Again, you want to sell the person on your guild. They're going to read through all of your stuff, hopefully. Hopefully they have the attention span to, read through your stuff. If they don't, they probably shouldn't be applying to your guild. And they're not worth it if they don't have the attention span for it. So again, sell yourself, what you want, your systems, whatever you do. Again, lots of information, how to contact you, your website, my battle tags there, my emails there, whatever way they want to contact me, totally fine. But using this is a fantastic resource for it. It's basically you make your own guild profile page. You'll have to log in. I think either officers or the guild leader has to do it. It's been a while since I've done it. Basically, you update, to here I'll add Resto Druids, Medium, and Mages High. So now when somebody looks, let's say they're a mage looking for a guild, and here, I'm going to show you how it works. So let's say you're a potential applicant, guys, and you're looking for a U.S. guild. Okay, U.S. guild. This is North American guilds, even though we're a Canadian guild, and the premier Swedish guild on Stormrage. 25-man guilds. I want a guild that is Alliance, because Alliance rocks. That raids 3 days a week. I'm an English speaker. I'm a mage, let's say. Yeah, find me a guild that raids 3 days a week. That is Alliance, 25-man, and is looking for a mage. There you go. These are all the guilds sorted by their progression that are looking for a mage. And again, ours shows up there now because I put in mage right here. And basically the applicant goes through all these things. It goes through the guilds that are roughly around their progression and sees, is this the right fit? Are these the right raid days? That kind of stuff. So again, it is a fantastic resource for you guys to use. Guild leaders, officers, please use WoW Progress. It takes you like next to no time to update this thing, and you'll get a lot of applicants from WoW Progress. I don't know, periodically L'Oreal, our recruitment officer, does statistics on where our applicants are coming from. That's one of the questions too. Where did you find out about our guild, or where are you coming from, just so we can sort of track where we're getting our recruitment stuff from. Is it Wild Progress, or is it Sparty Stream, or is it was Sparty the Headhunter, or their recruitment forums, all that stuff. So again, Wild Progress is a fantastic tool. Oh, that would be bad. Me drowning. That'd be very bad. Let's go. Just stay right now. There. Okay. Okay. So that is again another big template there for you guys to use. The one thing with Wild Progress, though, is you'll have to update it once a month. Otherwise, it says, hey, this guild hasn't updated in a month. They're no longer recruiting, or it's outdated, or the guild has fallen apart. So you need to edit it once a month to make sure that it is, that it is current. I mean, that's essentially passive recruitment. Other things that are sort of passive is, the trade chat style of recruitment. I'll cover that in a little bit. There's also, other types of media that that some people use. Elitist Jerks, I don't know, I haven't been to Elitist Jerks in a long ass time. It's been like a cesspool, and not a lot of great resources there. But Elitist Jerks was okay, back when I was a benefactor or whatever, years and years and years ago. Basically, they had guild recruitment threads. The top guilds would go to Elitist Jerks, and people would potentially, they would post their recruitment threads on that. You need to pay. EJ got a lot of money off those benefactors. People going to EJ during the highlight of its prime there with Girthok and that guild. I have to walk into it has to be updated, Zeeb. That's the thing. I just need to update so they're both consistent. You're absolutely right there, Zeeb. Windwalker and Wild Progress need to be consistent, right? That's the one thing too. Make sure they're both the same. So, Heather Lumpy, hello. Yeah, he never reads what I write. I never read what Z writes. Never, ever. Okay, so that's essentially passive recruitment. It's get it all done up front, get it over with, and just bump it, or just keep it updated. Again, it takes very little effort, but it is very effective. Now, active recruitment. Active recruitment is the headhunting. It is the actual searching for potential players or recruits or whatever. And I'll show you a couple examples of active recruitment. Let's say I want to look for, I'm looking for a caster DPS for my guild. We're going to go back to the recruitment section here. Hopefully this is large enough for you blind people to see. Yeah, but Shell, you haven't been I don't know. This is geared towards, those other heroic raiding guilds, not the top 5 in the world kind of raiding guilds. They do their own style of recruitment, which is not exactly the same that we do here. It's what they do is a little bit more. It's different. It's not as this stuff is a little bit less effective for them. If they were to, if Blood Legion were to make a post here, if Shuttle were to make a post and say, hey, Blood Legion is recruiting, these and these classes, I'm sure they would get 1,000 applicants of people that have no fucking clue how to play their class yet, right? I want to be a Blood Legion. They're sponsored. They get cool wristbands or sweatbands and stuff because I sweat a lot, right?
Good girl, lie down.
So. Let's say I'm looking for potential Warlock or Mage right now. So you go on the guild recruitment forums or your realm forums on Stormrage, and basically I have to go through each of these threads. Here's a Warlock, okay. There is a Warlock, fantastic. And let's see his little... Hope this takes a little while to load here. I'm sorry, guys, I'm playing on a 56K. It's taking a little while. Yeah, everybody gets those kind of apps, Shuttle, though. Everybody does. Have a good night, Ramen. Oh, well, that's embarrassing. I guess Battle.net's crashing slowly. Let's try to go back and find a different app, maybe. Please, Battle.net work. Let's try a different one. Anything working?
Oh, you pushed me off.
No?
Stay.
Well then, basically, what you guys want to do is look through all these threads and have a short little blurb about your guild ready to go, to post in those threads. You don't want to have your giant friggin' blog, your big wall of text, but something short, to the point, your raid times, your raid days, your progression, a little bit about your guild, what you're looking for, that's it, done and done. And I would show you guys, again, Fantastic, fantastic. None of this stuff is working now. Well, that's just freaking great. But I had a little... Here, you know what? This one. There we go. I had a screenshot of mine. So this is my current one here. This is my little quick blurb. I guess it's sort of quick. It's got 3-4 paragraphs in it, and this is what we would type in a potential post. So you see a warlock or mage or somebody that is looking for a guild, and we post this in their thing here really quick. Hey, we're a 14 out of 14 guild. This is our progression. We've been around for over 8 years. We've been doing this, for this long. Please apply to our guild. Control, paste. Go on to the next one. Control, paste, go on to the next one. Control, paste, go on to the next one. For ones that sort of fit your array times, again, this is ours. Feel free to use it, abuse it. It's on the blog there for those of you that want to use it. Or steal parts of it. Yeah, so that's there. Let's go fly back here to Shrine. And that is, the first part of active recruitment. It doesn't take a lot of effort. You put together your little blurb about your guild, and you start pasting into threads. Paste as many as you can. A lot of apps are sort of like, okay, they're just another one of those guild spammers, but, it's a numbers game. It is very much a numbers game. The more potential applicants that you paste your little blurb into, like if you're an awesome guild, paste your thing into there, right? These people are going to look you out. The right people anyway. The ones that are really pretentious, like, oh, this guy's just making another spam post, he didn't even read all about me. Some people that are, I don't know, people have some really silly things like, show me your favorite color to tell me that you've actually read the post, right? So you type in, my favorite color is orange, and here's my blurb. I read your stupid post, you dumb little applicant. It might be customers to transmog, maybe Oaf. All of BattleNet is down thanks to Oaf and his transmog. Anyways, you have the little blurb. That is the first part of sort of active recruitment. Another one I want to show you guys here is WoW Progress again. WoW Progress again, fantastic little tool here. And again, this is on the blog for those of you that want to, see it there. But basically, you would go under characters, and I want to look for characters that are looking for a guild. Let's say again, let's look for warlocks that are looking for a guild. There we go. All of these people are potentially looking for a guild. Again, this does include EU as well, so you have to filter through the EU and the US guys. But here, so this shows their item level. I guess it can show their pet score. Let's sort by pet score. The Russians have the highest pet score. Let's go back to character item level. Look for a US one here. There's Papa Devil, there's Ayakis. These guys are on the US servers. There's Demonic Blade. They're all pretty high gear. Like, they're, I guess, pretty much best in slot gear. You go through some of these ones that are potentially good, bad, and you have to do your research on these guys. I'm sure these armories don't work right now. Let's try to find one here. A Troll Warlock. Let's check if this armory works. Very unlikely, but we'll see. This Lift guy. It tells you, their guild history here, what gear he has right now. He was in Freak Show for this amount of time. He was in 6 Beers Deep for 6 months. Was in another guild for a couple months, then went back to 6 Beers Deep. So maybe some drama happened. I don't know. It's something I would ask in an interview potentially. Yeah, none of it's working. Fantastic. So that's another tool, to use for active recruitment. You start looking for people one at a time. Another great website that worked a while ago, I wonder if it still works, is WoW Lemmings. And I showed this a while ago here. This used to be a fantastic tool, long time ago. It's a little bit broken, but it may shorten your time down substantially. Again, WoW Lemmings rebuild your guild here, and this basically goes through all MMO threads and all guild recruitment threads for people that are looking for guilds. Not, guilds looking for people, but people looking for guilds. So let's say I want to look for any region here, doesn't matter. Let's look for maybe Alliance, any faction, doesn't matter. Let's look for people that are a warlock. There is also an idiot filter that is sort of broken. Idiot filter basically meant people that have, proper punctuation, don't have, stupid, derpy text in their posts. It would filter out those ones for you because, you are the Fraser Crane of guilds. Let's see if it works still. Yeah, it's not bad. There we go. Somewhat working. Somewhat. 17. A little broken. Let's go for any faction. Yeah, it's a little broken here. Okay, maybe this might be a little bit better. Maybe it's accurate either way. So this shows you North American guilds here. The N is North America and the E is EU. It shows you the item level of the guild, and you can't really see this, but at the bottom left, it links you directly to that recruitment page. So if I were to click one of these, try to find a decent one here. This was the MMO thread here. So again, this is MMO thread 584 Warlock, looking for a guild since February. That is one section. Another one is, let's say, here. Again, Battle.net broken, otherwise it would link you directly to the Battle.net link, and you can track things a little bit easier that way. Rather than going through every single guild recruitment page, page and page and page. It's still pretty effective to do it that way, but it takes a lot of time. And a lot of my hours, would be just spending hours recruiting. Just non-stop going through recruitment threads over and over, like every day, before I would log on to raid, and after I would log off, after the raid. I would go through recruitment for hours. Again, it is a really time-consuming job, but somebody's got to do it, right? Yeah, I'm going to talk about pro raiders in a sec here. Zeeb, give me a sec. It's actually the next part of my blog here. Now, Pro Raiders is another example of a decent website. It's not overly utilized. Not a lot of people use it in general. It's got, rankings. Like rankings mean a lot. Rankings don't mean a crap ton. Because rankings can be cheese and that kind of stuff, but it's got a little recruit finder section as well, and this is more geared towards the higher item level players. Again, the 584s, the 567s, 575 here, 587 people, and this allows them to write a little blurb about themselves. There are some really funny ones I want to show you guys an example of. Let me see here. There's a really good one that a really bad one. Okay, here's one, and this guy says, yep, guild isn't rating to finish Siege of Orgrimmar. This is a 584 Industrial Warlock. He's 11 out of 14. He says, the guild's not looking to finish Siege of Orgrimmar, have 30 attempts on Siege. Some people just die a lot. Yeah, okay. I've seen all the videos. I was ranked 16 for Spoils in World of Logs. He was ranked 16 for Spoils. Does that mean a lot? That's great, That's awesome. I once ate a hamburger really fast. I almost got a gold sticker for that. I got a big pat on the back because I was choking, but, not too impressive. There was one more really funny one, I think. A package deal, I don't think so. There was a really hilarious one that I wanted to show you guys. I can't remember what it was. Basically, it's something like, my logs are decent, I guess. I'm looking for a long-term guild. Just hit me up, yo. That guy, I looked at his armory. I think he was 11 out of 14 or something like that. I can't look at armories now. But he had no professions at all. He didn't even bother to do any professions. He was level 1 mining, level 1 herbalism, or something silly like that. And no, if you're not willing to put in the effort in your character, yeah, you're not going to get a good chance at all. But again, it is a decent resource. There's not a lot of options here. You can see the amount of numbers of people, right? Even if I just go to US here, there's US, and I guess there's EU here. Yeah, different amount. Again, not a lot of potential people using it, but you may find some luck here. Some luck. Yeah, scumbag all day, essentially. He won his autograph whammo. Exactly. It's another resource for you guys to use. It's got rankings, but again, not a lot of relevance in terms of rankings. Now, the next one I want to do is what else? There's trade chat, right? Trade chat. I'm not even in general chat. I've given up on general chat and trade chat years ago. These days, it's just it's Thunder Fury. What's going on? Okay, those of you guys, fill me in. What goes on in trade chat? Maybe I should turn on trade chat here. I think I don't have enough channels. Chat info. How many channels am I in? Oops. Chat info. Let's leave 2, 3. Join. Is it still Chuck Norris jokes? Is it still Thunder Fury stuff? Is it still people recruiting for guilds? There. I've joined general chat and trade chat, despite my brain saying no. Anals of Thunder Fury still. It's living hell. Good, says Darneth. Some guy's decent here. Looking for enchanting people. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad at all. People talking about, Arthas' character. Somebody selling a Garrosh run. Not bad. There, people are recruiting. Okay. Meliora Guild, 12 out of 14 Heroic Siege of Orgrimmar is looking for casual and leveling players to join our growing community. That's, not bad. People in trade chat. Some guy named Volkswagen. Some unique snowflake person. People looking for flex stuff. Again, Stormrage is a high pop server, so there's always something going on. There's always something going on in Stormrage. Any day of the night. There's flex raids, normal raids, pugs, PvP, whatever. We'll try and do flex raids right now. 10 man looking for Galakras. People talking about Cataclysm was terrible expansion. We're going to leave trade chat now. We're going to leave. Goodbye. There we go. So we're done with those two channels. There. So again, you can find some players there. Personally, I have never ever used trade chat as a recruitment tool ever.
I don't want to write my paper.
What?
I don't want to write my paper.
You gotta write your paper.
I have too many scissors.
So I'm getting distracted.
Sorry, keep going.
No, they got him. That's funny, Loria. No, I mean, you sort of find a certain type of player in trade chat, right? Like, the certain type of player. Again, you might find a great golden gem in trade chat, but I don't want to risk it. I mean, I guess I suppose. But you might get that, that Marvin, that elite Raiders, that is patiently waiting for an invite, but he's like a drama llama. Get it? Because he's a llama, guys. Get it? Get it? Marvin Llama. He's an old celebrity of the stream a long, long time ago. Old Marvin Llama. I don't know. I mean, has anybody had success with trade chat? With finding the right people? Again, my guild's a raiding guild. It's not just a community guild or a leveling guild. For a leveling guild, sure, you can probably find some really good people in trade chat, or people that, if you're, trying to RP stuff, look for RP people, sell your guild that way, because people are often in trade chat and they're seeing that massive spam going through. I found my guild through raid and I enjoy them very much. Through raid or trade, Sanity questioned. What do you mean by through raid? No, Kinsey, no. You're not. You're gonna feel free to apply though. My guild found me in trade chat back in BC. There's always those exceptions. So, quick little story time here for you guys. When back in my day, we never had all of these tools of Pro Raiders and WoW Progress and even recruitment forums. No way, we didn't have any of that stuff. In my day, how did I recruit? I did dungeons with people.
I leave it.
I did a random dungeon with somebody like a 5-man or a 15-man. I mean, it was 15 mans, but back then it was UBRS. Looking for 2 more full-on hunters. You look for people. If this guy has a decent name, this guy's named Snuggles. This guy named Slugfoot. This guy's named Rootleaf. They seem like decent people. You guys want to join my guild? Okay. The guy named XX Legolas XX. Yeah, I'm not recruiting him. He's probably 10. No. The guy named Babelicious. What kind of stupid name is that? Babelicious. Who names their character that?
Marksman.
Marksman did, yeah. I don't know how Marksman got into my guild. After naming his character Babelicious, he got into our guild around Nax 40. And he's been, with us ever since. I'm not sure how. Trade chat lets you see which guilds let anybody in. Do you want to be in those guilds that just let anybody in, Whisper us for an invite. So you invite everybody into your guild? What if they're a giant dickhole, and now there's no officers to remove them? I guess you could turn off guild chat, but why be in a guild if you gotta turn off guild chat? Why would you ever turn off guild chat? It boggles my mind. Again, different set of responsibilities and different charter, different integrity of guilds. So, Relief still having longer on clocks than some people do. That's true. Relief was awesome. Steve Irwin, I don't know Steve Irwin. People make really terrible jokes, right? Blowjab, is that acceptable? That is pretty hilarious. But also, 12-year-old, right? Blowjabs. My monk is named Sparchi, because, Chi and Sparty. It's also a really good one. No. There's always exceptions. Sanity question. There is always exceptions to the rule. But generally speaking, you won't find that great guild through trade chat. I'm super happy that you found your guild through trade chat and you enjoy them. Great. You know what? I don't want to, rain on your parade at all. No, that's great. Totally fine, man. Totally fine. Kim Pasta Brew is awesome. I like that one. That's very clever. 20 sadly. So, again, trade chat is sort of hit or miss. Now, one of the most effective, I'll talk about the last sort of most effective tool to recruit with for you guys. Basically, is being that headhunter. I'll show you how I want to look for a player. And those of you that are in high-end guilds, this is the similar strategy that those guilds employ. A lot of those high-end guilds, and I would say like Shuttle's, got some great players in his guild, and Clipper's a great guy. I don't want to generalize guilds. There's a lot of other like top guilds, like top 15, top 20 guilds that are full of assholes. I'll be honest. I was on PTR with a bunch of assholes, not in my guild, but in this other place. They were like giant dicks. Like, holy shit, how do people manage to raid with them? Like, I'm 28, right? I'm not desperate for guilds. I don't have to raid with some condescending dick. Like, anyway, that's a whole different story. But a lot of those guilds, they don't give a shit whether you are a great person. You could be, founding member of the KKK. Who cares? Can you mash your buttons? Are you a good healer? Well, fuck yeah, come along. You only heal, the gnomes? Well, I'm sorry. We'll see what happens with that. Damn racists. Anyway, so this next method of active recruitment, I'll show you guys exactly how it works. So let's say I have, I'm looking for a guild, on my server. I mean, you can go through rankings here. This is, again, one way to do it. There's a whole different way where you just sort of skip this first step of going through, your WoW progress here. So I'm going to look for 25-man guilds. You can skip this phase entirely if you want to go to just the rankings phase. I want to look for guilds that are less progressed than my own. Maybe I'll look for guilds from... Okay, so these guys got 14 down. Metro's on 13. These guys are on 12. Let's look for people in Metro. They're recruiting. Well, that sucks for them. Okay, so these are their kills. Fine. Who they're recruiting. I don't give a shit about any of the information here. Now, what I want to do, though, is I want to look at their top raiders. So I'm going to look at, let's say I need to recruit a priest because Aloria, she's moving to the desert, and there's no connection in the desert. She's moving to a cave, where she might get a better internet connection, oddly enough. So I'm going to look for a priest. Now, let's look at their priests here. These are their main priests right now, looks like. They've got Cogent, Disco Kid, and Midget, and Altia might be an alt, I don't know. I mean, I would look up Armory right now, but I don't think it's working. So I've got these priests. Okay, so this is the guild that I'm going to try to recruit somebody from. Fantastic. Step 1 done. Now I'm going to pull up their logs. So how do I pull up their logs? I'm going to pull up Warcraft logs, go into my own sort of thing here. And let's go to Stormrage. So again, this guild is Metro. We're going to try to steal recruit some of their players. Great, here's their logs. Perfect. So this is going to show me their logs of any given day. Again, 25 men. So the Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, let's look for Wednesday logs. Maybe some progression. What is this? Garage. So they're working on Garage here. Okay, that's not bad. What are they working on here? Paragons. Okay, they got a Paragon skill here. Let's look at the Paragon skill. Probably a little bit messy again because they're a 13 out of 14 guild. Okay, so they got this Cogent guy or girl. Again, these healing numbers. Like a bit of a breakdown here. Not bad. Disc Priest. 1, 2, 3. Looks like they 4 healed it, which is good. Very good. All right. Let's look for another one here. What are the logs here? So here they're working on Garage, going through their logs for a little bit. Who are the best DPS? They got a pretty fucking awesome Feral, but he's doing quite a bit of scumbagging on those Warbringers. Quite a bit of... Holy fuck nuggets, that's a lot of damage to Warbringer. That's only 17 million. Never mind. Garage House, let's go for Phase 1 damage here. Phase 1... Let's find a better attempt. 17 wipes. Let's go find a different one. Let's find a longer attempt. Got a longer attempt somewhere here. 7-minute attempt. Perfect. So again, here I am looking through logs, looking for a Disc Priest to replace Deloria while she is watching my stream. Don't mind that at all. Let's look for Phase 1 damage. Maybe Phase 2 damage. Phase 2 damage is a little bit more indicative of their proper DPS. So they've got a pretty decent enhancement shaman. That's not bad. They're running 4 healers, which is, a little bit excessive. Did we ever run 4 healers for Garage? I think we went.
When we were learning it at first, we did.
Yeah,
But-
and then we. Okay, so they got a couple decent people here. Warrior's pretty good. Probably could replace Galvin with this guy. That's not bad. It's pretty solid damage overall. Decent. I mean, I'd have to compare it to my own logs here. I'll pull up my own logs. Sparty's logs. Where is Sparty? Death Jesters. There we go. Let's look at my own. Who the fuck are all? What's Zundir making logs here? Taking Knights, Pokemon Farm. Tuesday. There's my Garage kill. Let's get phase 2 damage. Again, our damage will be a little bit different because we do phase 2 a little bit differently than they do. Okay. So we're pushing quite a bit more DPS than these guys. Again, 400,000 phase 2, 74 million. We're doing less damage overall, so our phase 2 is a lot shorter. Yeah, it's not bad, not bad. Decent numbers overall. Again, we probably have a bit more gear than these guys, but not bad. Anyway, so what I'm looking for is healers. Let's look at healing. So let's look at some healing differences here. We are looking to replace, again, Aloria. Aloria did some low healing here, probably because Driaz was, scumbagging, or Aloria was lagging or something.
Fuck you.
Overheal doesn't matter a ton. Overheal 64. Again, they're probably going to have more overhealing with more healers. Likely that's going to happen. Absorption, we got a spell breakdown here. Divine Aegis, Power Word Shield. So I'm looking at these things. I mean, if I knew a lot about priests, I could totally dissect all these logs and go through everything, step by step by step. But basically, my next step is to recruit one of these healers, right? Cogent or midgets. So what do? I talk to them. And this is the longest and most, most time-consuming...
Why are you so mean to me?
Most time-consuming thing to do. Basically, you start talking to people. This is a chat log of me trying to recruit one of their priests. I've already prepped for this stream, and I've done it, ahead of time, guys. So this is me trying to recruit one of them. It's a long-ass conversation here, one step at a time, trying to be friends, connecting at the same level, seeing what the guild's doing. It's sort of recruiting, but not outwardly poaching. A lot of guilds will just say, you know what? You're the best player in your guild. You deserve better. I will bring you better. My guild's ranked 20 ranks higher than yours. Come join my guild. Here's information and feel free to apply. Other guilds will just, throw it in your inbox. Like, they'll send you an in-game mail. Hey, we looked at your logs, off this fight, and we looked, you're an awesome player. Come join our guild. Here's our stuff. Your guild sucks. So again, this is a long-ass conversation with me trying to recruit him. Feel free to read it. For those of you that want to read the little...
Why are you trying to replace me?
I'm replacing Gloria. Yeah. So this is, again, the conversation. Basically, you want to sell your guild. Like I talked about here in their Garage, how they're doing on Garage right now, because, again, they're 13 out of 14. I did my research well ahead of time, because I know exactly what angle I'm going to attack this. Hey, how are things going on Garage? I'm going to sell myself as, we're great people. It sounds like I'm talking to a woman. So women, people connect. Women generally not assholes or bitches. The guys are more competitive nature usually. So, I found the right angle to attack this one at. You're a salesman. I mean, I could never be a salesman in real life because I hate lying to people. I could not do it. I'm too honest. I'm way too honest to people. I will not sell garbage to, to whatever. I will not sell ice to an Eskimo because it's not right. I could probably, sell them a portable heater because it's the best portable heater, but I couldn't lie to them just to make a sale. Anyway. So again, we talk about phase 3, phase 4, what they're looking for, how they're doing. I give her some motivation. I really encourage her. Then she starts talking to me about, hey, when she wants to bring her A game. People aren't, pulling their weight and that kind of stuff. Again, just back and forth. I sort of just listen to her. I'm an ear for her to listen to, to vent to for whatever reason. And, I said, you sound like a fantastic player, you sound awesome, you got the passion, the competitive nature here, exactly what, we are all about. And then sort of this last third section is me selling her on our guild. We do this and this and this. She asks good questions too. We're looking for exceptional players, whatever. I was very honest here. So she asked me, good question. So really, why'd you start talking to me? I was honest, like part of my job is liaising with other people, liaising with other top guilds, and just keeping a good open line of communication. And part two was I saw how good of a player she was. I'm not gonna bullshit her because again, bullshitting not my style. Unless I'm telling you guys stories about my sister. And I mean, it sounds like she's got the right attitude, so again, I try to sell her on it, right? And she asked me for our plans for Wilderness Raynor, maintain high ranking, go down to 3 days, which might, she might like more because she is in a 2-day raid guild, I believe. Right, I think it's a 2-day raid guild. Yeah, 2-day raid guild. Because right now we're 4, right? So she might not be willing to make the jump up to 4 guilds, but for 4 days, but 3 days probably. What else do? We do alt main raids, we do guild survivor, we're a community, we go to each other's barbecues and weddings, and we hang out and we play hockey together, we play Diablo, and we do a ton together. I'm trying to sell her on the guild, why we're awesome compared to her old guild or whatever. Again, our plans for the first week, everything, some of our streams here, I give her an open invitation. Hey, watch my stream. This is how we raid lead. Give you an example as to our environment. That's how we're going to sell, our guild to her. This conversation took roughly about an hour. So you can see sort of in the background, this is actually Booty Bay. I was farming Booty Bay rep while I was doing this conversation, while doing other stuff in real life. But it took me about an hour to talk to one person. Probably going to apply, maybe not. It could have been all for nothing. Maybe she's a good bullshitter and was sort of string me along. I don't know. Again, for those of you that don't know, this was a somewhat fake conversation. Anyway, read it. Feel free to read it. If this was, this is a bit of a cold call sort of situation. If it was somebody that had approached me, so somebody that had posted on or saw my stream or saw the WoW Progress page and wanted to talk to me, I would sell them a little bit differently. I wouldn't start with all this stuff, all this bullshit, trying to get on her level. Not bullshit, but try to get on her level and really connect with her, right? I would start probably somewhere over here on the right side where I'm trying to sell her on my guild why we're awesome, rather than hey, your guild will be doing fine, they'll get garage. I'm sure they will. But, again, sort of example. Great. Not Smarty replying from the other account. Yeah, so feel free to read it, use it. It takes time to sort of learn how to approach people. Bring yourself down to their level or up to their level. Don't be condescending. Hey, my guild's better than yours. Come join our guild. It doesn't always, that may not work with most people. With some it might. The really great college kids that are super competitive nature and the alpha nerd virgins, the ones that want to be the best damn Warcraft players ever, the alphas, right? You might be able to sell them yeah, our guild is awesome, we're this progress, your dick will grow this much, you'll get all the girls, and plus we're sponsored. You gotta, see what that person may like. Would I talk to her about our sponsorships and that kind of stuff? Probably not. No, it's probably irrelevant. It's not one way I want to sell my my guild to her. So, yeah, that is that conversation. So that is active recruitment in a nutshell here. What else do I want to cover? Discipline Priest. Yeah, I mean, tailor your recruitment pitch. You're pitching your guild, right? Again, it takes a lot of time. And I could cover the whole other section here of dealing with incoming apps. Maybe I'll cover that next week or something. Of how we sort of manage our apps and our inbox and that kind of stuff, and what Aloria does, and the process for filtering our apps. Because, again, it is all a numbers game. This was one person that I talked to. I've told you guys numbers in the past here. We've had thousands of applicants over the years. Thousands. Of every, let's say, 100 applicants that actually apply to the guild, Shuttle mentioned here earlier, a lot of them aren't ready for a guild of our level, and that's not to be condescending, but they're just simply not ready for, for reasons of self-preparation and experience and theory craft and the amount of time and pressure that is put on you. People can let the guild down and let the team down, and some people they crack under the pressure. They're not ready for it. and I don't want to waste their time. Like I'm a pretty good judge of whether people are ready or not for the guild. So it's a lot to consider. It's a huge jump, right? So with the, let's say 100 apps that apply, maybe 50 are not ready to join the guild at all. They will not make it past our inbox. All of our apps are emailed to us. Half of them won't make it outside. Like, they will not even they'll get processed. They'll be just outright denied because it looks like they spent 30 seconds on an application. When you're applying to a guild, guys, and I'll cover this next week when I cover applying to guilds, or 2 weeks from now, whenever. Put in the time. You're looking for a guild, a home, the best guild you will ever be in. Put in the friggin' time. If you put in 30 seconds, like, this is not a fucking McDonald's application, guys. This is your dream job. Your dream competitive guild. Yeah, Sparty, why are you so serious? Just a game. It is just a game. But, why would you waste your time? Is your time not valuable? Why would you waste your time with some BS on an application, or, just whatever, to screw around with some guild and then, for them to leave, or for you to leave? So, I'm not saying get on my level, noobs. So, let's say of the 100 people that apply, 50 don't make it past the inbox. Of the other 50, we will post on our forums. We'll get feedback from our guild members. We'll go through their logs. This and this they're doing right. This is probably fixable. This they probably don't know. It's a little trick here. So we evaluate about 50 of them. Of those 50, probably half of them will not make it to the interview stage. So we'll interview about 25 of those potential applicants. Of those potential 25 applicants, we'll maybe, accept 15 of them, 15 apps of those 25 that were interviewed. So we have like 10, 15 applicants to the guild. At least half of those will not make it past their first applicant stage. So we have multiple stages of applicants. We have your applicant stage, then your trial stage, and then your member. The applicant stage, lasts a couple of weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. It depends on every person. There's no set amount, and I'm not in favor of set amounts. The second stage, again, half don't make it that far, so half won't make it. I don't know, it was like 5, 7 apps left of those 100 that originally applied. They're now in their trial phase. Of those 5 to 7 apps, 1 or 2 might make full member. And full member, they stay there for the rest of their lives. They play for years. They are that core player that we are always looking forward to. So we're very selective in our process, but for good reason. We're an old guild. We're careful of, we want good players, but good people, the right attitude, the right, etiquette, and what's the word I'm looking for? Effort, something. I don't know. They're putting in the right energy into raiding, right? That's what we want from people. I don't care if you're the best goddamn player. I don't care if you're friggin', Rignaros or Shuttle or Sko. As dreamy as some of them are, as great players some of them are, if you're an asshole or if you don't fit into the guild structure, it's like joining a company, right? Like, this guy's great, he's overqualified, but he's a bit of a dick, and I don't want to deal with this on a daily basis, so we're not going to give him a shot. That's it. It's easier to train somebody to help them become a better player than it is to turn someone that is a dick into a nice person or a decent human being. If you're an asshole, you're likely an asshole for a good reason, whether it be your age or maturity level or whatever. But it's easier to, somebody's missing something. They're not using this week or which will, greatly help them, which would be even silly. Or they're not managing this thing, or something is keybound wrong. Little things, little tweaks that they can make their playing a higher level. So, what are the questions that I miss here? We have a 14-year-old. So let me get some questions here from you guys. We had a 14-year-old app to our guild. Never had to do interviews. Sometimes you've already interview experience. Yeah, I mean, some guilds don't throw applications in. Now, some guilds don't, make you apply. Some guilds will just do a vendor interview. Some interviews last, hours long. Like I've seen some of our interviews last over an hour because the applicant is talking our ears off. Like, just talking nonstop. I think we denied one because he was just too much of a talker. We're like, no, we'll never hear the end of him, so let's just not give him a shot, right? I mean, that's the thing, though. You know, Oaf is absolutely right here. Recruiting is a numbers game. You know, every person that we deal with takes X amount of time to process. We have to read through this entire damn thing. Then we got to post it on our guild forums. Our guildies are reading through this entire damn thing. But Aloria, there, our recruitment officer, is the first, you know, point of contact, or myself sometimes, of who's going through them. So, again, a lot of things. Sparty, enjoy your event application process. It was by far the best interview I've ever been in. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. I remember you applied. Yes, yes, yes. I remember that. Remember that. That's good. I mean, I don't know anything else though. Princess Militia. I don't know how other guilds interview. I've heard, you know, both good and bad things from other people. Part of me wants to say, you know, hey, Sparty should apply to other guilds just to see how their application process is like, right? And I have on stream here once when I did a different coach's corner on how to apply. What blog do I keep referencing? The one that we post here. There you go. Again, every week it's a different one. Sunday, Monday, we upload a new one. Yeah, and Oaf is right. We have to consider the risk to see if it doesn't work out or it will work out. We're all putting in a lot amount of effort and time into these applications as well. I can't remember, Stitches, if your interview was quick, short. We've had some really... I mean, we had really good ones and bad ones and that kind of stuff. So, what's more officer duties? I know, he always does. I know. But let me know if you guys have any questions here for recruitment, you know, things you want to share. That's essentially for recruitment. I mean, I've showed you guys some passive recruitment tools, some active recruitment tools. A lot of it is just spending the time to talk to people. I've shown you guys other times where, you know, I just go out and recruit somebody, right? Like I recruited one other guy from another guild by sending them an in-game mail. You know, that's sort of poaching. I don't advocate poaching. I think it's despicable. But here's the thing, though. And this is coming, you know, from a guild leader that spent a lot of time playing the game and a lot of, you know, time and energy, you know, dealing with my 10-year-old guild, nearly 10 years old. If I'm short on players, you know, and if I need players to make my guild survive, because let's say, you know, my players retired, they quit, you know, something terrible happened in real life and they can't play anymore, and my guild is struggling to hold numbers, sure, I say poaching is despicable and whatever. I will do whatever it takes. I will tear your guild in half, guys. I don't care if you're, I don't know, Cobra Kai Dojo or, you know, whatever 13 out of 14 or 12 out of 14 guild. I will take your best damn players. I will convince them to join my guild because I need them. It's either my guild or your guild, and I care about my guild more. I'm not an asshole here, but that is the pragmatic approach that you need to have to lead and to recruit. Like, you can't be a nice guy all the time. You don't succeed, you know, all the time by being nice. You have to, you know, do what it takes to get shit done. Period.